Ready to go live? One, three, two.
Hi, folks.
We are live. We are live. Excellent. Are we live? I'm seeing scheduled still.
It says
It says
live.
live on
Live
my
15
screen.
All
seconds.
right, live. Okay.
It's just being weird tonight.
It is being weird tonight. Here we go. Now I'm live. Live. Excellent. Now I see it. All right. So, yes, welcome to the only podcast that has a collective age of 212, the Cthulhu and Cairo review. We're so glad to have you. It's been a long time. It's been a minute. We've had a lot of conventions and a lot of other issues getting in the way of us getting back together again. But we are here. We're going to be here for the next few weeks at least. Every other week, rather. But I'll be able to discuss the show, get into the triple digits, hopefully, before we go off into cons and stuff again. But yes, welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys.
Thanks. Welcome
All right.
back.
Excellent. Two of you are in the same place. Amanda and Raz are enjoying the hospitality of one of our friends, Brian. Great guy, super great guy. Met him myself a couple times. Very, very good guy. Nice.
Jack.
All hail, Brian. You didn't get to meet him, Melinda. It was very cool.
He
But
does.
sorry for you. He's very cool.
We're Facebook friends, so that'll
Yeah. He was there at Origins. We had a great time talking, and he even ran a game with us. Yeah, so that was good. I love it when guys just, GMs rather, just step up and just want to run a game. We had that ish happen twice at Gen Con this a few weeks ago. Some people weren't able to come to run games, and a couple of the players are like, "I'll run," and I'm like, "Okay, I want to play." They're like, "I want to do this game, and I'm here for 4 hours anyway, so let's do it." So
Nice.
He's worth friending on Facebook.
Mhm.
Because he does Roman living history reenactment.
A lot more than that, yeah. But Roman is his big one.
He's done a lot more than that, and then
World
there's
War I, Roman.
There's got to be some,
the Jack fan club.
exactly.
Jack, if you don't know, he loves the camera. The camera loves him.
He looks good. There's got to be some money in that Roman outfit too. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it looks authentic. Yeah, there it is, right behind you.
Oh,
yeah, two of them. Jesus, got a centurion and what looks like a lineman, front lineman,
Legionis or something like that.
Yeah.
Go off.
Yeah,
I'm trying to convince him to come next year to Origins and run a Coors Cthulhu or a Legion
in the outfit. Yeah,
even better.
That would be awesome, right?
Brian, if you're listening to this.
Challenge has been made. Indeed. Yeah, the gauntlet is thrown. Good, sir. Anyway, episodes 91 through 93, a lot of fun stuff is happening in this. Episode 91, Catherine does what Catherine does best: heal people and not take shit.
And then stitch them back together.
And stitch it back together, and really handy with the stitching. I mean, with the especially when you use pieces of other things. Yeah, I believe that was what was instrumental in bringing him back. He was on the verge, right?
He was gone.
Yeah, that was what saved him and brought him back. Was
100%.
Stealing a piece of flesh from a ghoul.
Very, very canny of the GM there to suggest.
I know. I love in '93 when the player for Jack comes back and Raz is like, "Catherine did that to you."
What?
Catherine did that. I didn't. Yeah, Raz. Real quick to say, I had nothing to do with it.
I believe that comes up in episode 93. By the way, I remember. As they're talking about it being there 2 years, there's a throwback to something Matt said in an earlier episode of our podcast reviews.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute because I didn't.
Go ahead.
No, I felt like I tried to channel Matt as best as I could, but it was a little bit off. I don't think I had the right pitch to my voice. I a little too much bass, maybe not
enough timbre in it.
Not enough timbre. My vibrato isn't quite clean enough, but I don't get that Barry Gibb.
There you go.
Yeah. But it was funny. We were, and we left it in, and I went, yeah, I'm probably going to end up paying for that. They'll never get there.
It worked. It'll work. They ain't going to get to it. I mean, this rate we're going, are you kidding me?
No, I mean, but when we recorded it, we were still trying to do them. I'm like, oh, but they're so far behind. Who gives a shit?
No. We will get to the end. It might be sometime next year, but we will.
Yeah, you've hit a definite stop now, so we're going to catch up eventually. But yeah, so I mean, it was really cool episode. Almost everybody needing some sort of healing to get themselves together. And Catherine had to kind of patch herself up too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. She was wounded.
Was there anybody uninjured? There wasn't, was there?
No, everybody got hit. So.
No,
you know what? Ella didn't get hit.
Well, Ella, yeah.
Did she fight at all?
I don't know. Yeah, she came in with the sword and took somebody out the base of the tree.
That's how they found out that. Yeah. Okay.
Did the Zorro? Yeah.
And still going back, for the people that watch or listen and remember the original battle sequence, my favorite thing was Catherine picking her spot after. She could have picked anywhere. And
in the gorge.
At me, why did I pick this spot? And I'm like, I don't know. I kept saying to you, are you sure that you want to be on that end of the gorge? That's the entrance. Yeah.
That's where they come in. Here. Yeah. And there's like 5 of them on her, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Running
and loping like chimpanzees. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And you have players legitimately scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, playing out the fight scene and still worried into the episodes that we're talking about tonight. I mean,
ghouls are all around her. Catherine.
I was like, he's not. Catherine's over there working on him. You're not going to let him go that way, are you? You might.
Totally. They sound like BillyWitcherDoctor.com. Catherine. Arise, chicken arise.
It was a very tense 2 episodes.
It was extremely. I was like, they're toast. They're so toast. I know we're backtracking a couple episodes, but I was like, they're so, almost like my favorite character in the graveyard. I'm like, she's toast. She's so toast. Toast. Burnt toast. But shake it out of the machine.
I think Jack would have been if Catherine hadn't miraculously thought about it.
No, that was
he was gone. He was gone. Yeah, and that would have been his second character passed. Yeah.
Well,
because yeah.
Second out of story. But yeah.
Exactly.
I do have one question about the blood transfusions he was getting.
Yeah.
Did you take into account the RH factor at all, or just go, this is going to work? Because I know they had it by that point. They were aware.
They could test. They could test for blood.
Yeah, I think in the 30s they could test it.
Trust me.
I was giving a little bit more of the Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay.
Yeah. I've watched enough. What is it? Dr. Kildare movies to know that they could test blood. Blood type.
Something my brain goes to. So I looked it up because we also watched. Jeff and I went to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And
how good was that? That was good, right? Tell me that was good.
It was
good.
It was good. And there's a scene, I don't want to segue too much into something else, but there's a scene where they're all up on deck and I'm going, guys are idiots. I realize it's a voyage, but I'm sitting there going, all of a sudden my keeper brain kicks in and I'm going, I've never had a single group of players that would do the plan they did.
Nice.
Get off that boat during the daylight and burn that sucker down.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so
it was beautiful.
Yeah,
he's doing a transfusion in it, and I'm like,
yeah.
I think at that point that it really wouldn't have mattered. Like he was gonna die if they didn't get
it. Was one of
the yeah.
It's something my brain.
I would say
it's one of those odd things that my brain always goes, wait, could they?
Yeah.
Did they know?
You would think a fail on a medicine roll would mean wrong blood type. Sorry. Yeah.
Something happened. Yeah, something was.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
hand waving it and Francis Ford Coppola bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, it's I mean, there's a lot of that going on in episode 91, and in 92, like they're basically gathering their crap together and trying to decide what their next move is, and then they get who did they get to take care of the kids? I forget who it was. It's been a while since I heard it.
So the uncle at the bar, I believe.
The uncle at the bar decides to take care of the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they they get that.
I believe takes them in, right?
Yeah. But my favorite part of that episode 92, I know I'm blowing through these, but I'm trying to cut this down on time. My favorite thing about 92 was like the last 5 minutes where Catherine's like, so we can go back to the good hotel now, right? Since we got rid of the kids. That was my absolute favorite part. That was like the cap. It was right there, dude. I was like, oh.
Stay in the nice hotel. But...
Since we got rid of the kids, we can go back.
So, you gotta put in perspective Catherine's mindset.
She's got priorities, man. She's got priorities.
Yeah, this is I'm sure she's thinking overall for the whole team. It's probably better if everyone's in a comfortable bed with heat, as opposed to some of the other situations.
Mattresses and all that.
Yeah, and then but actually with them, that whole situation, besides the uncle was helping them. But then one of the Gustavs, doesn't he get involved with helping them get out? If I remember correctly, going back. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
The Gustavs are still out there.
The three Gustavs. Larry, Mo, and Mike.
I'm Gustav, and this is my brother Gustav.
My other brother Gustav. The League of Gustavs. Nice. But yeah. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to make a note of before we skipped all the way past 91 was that one of the things that really stood out to me as a player, who's someone that doesn't, run games as often as you guys do, was that there was a point when, at the very beginning of the episode where Jack and I just lost Madams were over here and Faye was over here, and she was trying to figure out where to send Ella and where she should go, how they should split up. And he totally called her out on making a decision without a character knowledge. And, obviously if she was,
what's your skills?
Obviously she would go to the closest person first and not just assume. She wouldn't have no knowledge that Jack was worse off.
So much worse off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just appreciated that, because it's very easy to know what you need to do, what the best choice to do is as a player, and let that, persuade your character to do things when that's probably not the route they would have taken. So I just applaud that.
That might have sounded pretty dang frantic too.
I mean, you might want to ask your husband on that too, because I know he's done enough triage to go, that one's in bad shape, that one's in worse shape.
Yeah, but she couldn't see them, so she
she couldn't see.
She knew that Faye was closer. Yeah. She knew Faye was closer. So, I think that her initial decision was to send Ella to Faye and her go to Jack, and then she switched it because Raz was like, "That's not what you would do." Basically, that's not what you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate.
I think it would have been the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just appreciated that. I think it was a. You just don't see a lot of GMs, especially on these kind of podcasts, will just let it go. And it was refreshing to see him call her on that and be like, no, that's not what you'd have done.
Yeah. It wasn't challenging or anything. It was just more like, hey, back up a minute.
Yeah.
It made it more tense because we knew how bad Jack was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
if
I saw Jack, I'd be like, we're good.
Got a point. It's really easy to just miss that because GMs get caught.
Sure. Do you have anything to confess, my son?
Exactly. Hear your last rights. Exactly. Yeah. Give him his last rights.
Sorry, I didn't mean to backtrack.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That's an excellent point, especially like you said, from players' perspective. Listening to the show. That's one thing I fall into too when I'm playing these. Listening to these. I listen from Raz's side because I'm usually the DM on a lot of these things. So it's good to hear the player's perspective. Absolutely. Here lately, I've forced myself to get to the other side of the screen to play more games, and I find it more fun because it keeps me fresh. Because if I'm always DMing, then I'm always going to be doing what I'm doing.
Right.
if I'm on the other side of the screen, I can pay more attention to what the players are doing rather than the rules and what's coming up and, and all that stuff. And I can say, oh, this is what the kids are doing now. Okay, cool.
I will use this against you later.
Exactly. Exactly.
I've always played with the same group of people, and then I got invited to play with some friends. And I think I became a better GM as a result of that, from watching how my friend Tony GM'd, because he was a lot more theatrical and did voices and open, and I brought that to the conventions with me, and I think it helped.
Yeah.
Also, I had a lot of fun.
We've been doing this Twilight 2000 campaign, which is fairly realistic, kind of like the Cthulhu in Cairo. Very mortal. It's extremely grim. You can die like that. Probably even more so than Cthulhu in Cairo with the pulp rolls. And I've been playing. I just jumped in the group in that one episode with like this punk kid. I mean, she wearing a guy's clothes. We're transvestite, mostly for protection, because she thinks if she dresses as a guy, not many people are going to mess with her. It's post-apocalyptic, Poland, 2003 or something like that. But I'm just this punk. I mean, just a straight punk kid, maybe like 15, and like I back talk everyone, cuss everyone out, just tell everybody where to go. One of the players gave me a gun. A pistol, and I went and traded it in on an automatic rifle later on. And they're like, "What'd you do with my pistol?" So I got a better gun. I didn't mean for you to keep that. So hey, you put it in my hand. It's mine. I mean, I was just a punk, straight up punk.
Yeah.
But I was doing everything to get everybody scared. I wasn't trying to edgelord, but I was like, yeah, he's a punk kid. He needs to get belted in the mouth, or she needs. Yeah, she needs a firm talking to behind the woods. As my dad would have said. But yeah, back to the episodes. 92. Again, they seem to be trying to get their bearings about what their next plans are, because they get the note about schooling, or that they think is schooling, and they used to get some confirmations that it might be schooling in this episode, and I forget exactly where they get the clue, because again, it's been a couple weeks since I heard it, where they get the idea to talk to the mystical guy, the guru.
It was a place he had gone before, and they
Scully.
Yeah, they knew Scully had spent time there in his past.
Oh, that's right, because he was the good climber.
Where would he go?
Yeah,
he had been a holy man that they had met in the street festival.
Yeah, so they bumped into him before, but didn't really spend much time with him.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he had, right, at one point.
Yeah, no. John had sat at his feet and listened to him for several hours. Had an existential moment where he was like, "Okay, I now know my role." It had been this whole thing for John, and then of course John goes up on the mountain and gets the Ithaqua and goes crazy. So has that problem, but he felt like he had been guided by this man to make choices. And then when they realized what's going on with the graves and everything, they reached out to him. So, yeah.
Did he really make that? Did he really have a cosmic moment, or was it the patchouli? I don't know. I think it was probably the patchouli.
Same thing.
The incense. It makes a cosmic moment.
But
it could make a cosmic moment happen. It could. Indeed. I've heard. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, most of that episode was trying to get that dug up. And again, the whole... So we get to go to hotel now, right? That was amazing. I'm sorry. That was just perfect, Catherine, right there. She will try to get every inch that she can. Every inch. She's so good.
I just wonder how big her medical bag is going to be in the next episode.
I know, it's like a carpet bag now, you think, right? It's like
they mentioned that in like one of the previous episodes, like how much she's added to her her bag.
It's got to be like a full-on corporate bag, like a half a person can hide in there. A little person.
Doubled her suture supply.
Exactly.
It's just a regular Mary Poppins, I feel like.
Can't get enough.
She's the medical bag.
Morphine syringes are tiny, the little tiny little tubes. So you can throw a lot of them in there.
I'm waiting to just start using ampules and just snapping them and sticking them in the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Just them and pouring it in. Yeah.
The little syrettes. Yeah, just. We're just dripping them in the mouth with the ampule, popping the ampule. Yeah, exactly. I tell you, my recent encounters with the hospitals, morphine has been my friend here lately. I'm not addicted to it, but I kind of like it. I ain't gonna lie.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me come home with it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was like, it hurts, but I don't care. Kind of like that.
Can I have some Jello?
He has a little Jello, a little Joel down.
We got yellow.
More
morphine used properly. Morphine's good.
The little cherries in it. The little cherries in the
Jello. I also had fentanyl in May, and I'm like,
fentanyl's good stuff, man.
I understand. I have a much better understanding now.
Dilaudid's not my friend. I don't like Dilaudid. Dilaudid makes me feel weird.
I don't like tramadol. I had withdrawal from tramadol, and I was only taking it once a day when I stopped. And I had very mild withdrawal. It was less than 24 hours. So, it was not at all a fun time.
So take notes.
Imagine if I'd been seriously addicted to.
Exactly.
If you have an addiction, please reach out to your locals for the.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, addiction kills people. Don't
watch the one. Yeah. Call the 1-800 number at the bottom of the comments.
It is. Yeah. But I think you can do it.
But Lauren, please take notes of your various choices of narcotics that you can give to these people. You got a whole plethora. That means a lot. But that you can give to these people. And
that was a tangent right there.
It was a tangent. But that's what these do. The podcast makes you think of things that's happened in your life, and you're like, yeah, I know what she's doing.
I've never seen anybody's eyes turn. No. What did she say? Slit. What did they?
Goat
slits. Yeah.
Not like a cat, like a goat.
That's why we need to get you to more conventions, and you can see the cosplayers with the funky contacts.
God, those got to hurt too, man. I don't think they're the gummy kind. They got to be the hard kind.
I wear glasses for a reason.
Exactly.
Because she's got funky contacts that she uses for some of her.
Okay, well, who does, Ro?
Monica.
Oh yeah, she wears the black one. I don't like the black ones. I can't look her in her eye. I can't look her in the face. She's like, "What's going on, Matt?" She gets in my face. I'm like, "Go away. I want to look at you." Because I watched too much Supernatural episodes. Go away. That's never a good time with the black eyes.
No.
You should follow Geeks at Go-Go.
Exactly. Follow Monica and Geeks at Go-Go. Yeah, she does a lot of great stuff. She is our resident cosplay mascot, I guess you want to say.
Fun size
cosplayer. Yeah, so I call her Fun Size all the time. She can hear me across the hall, the Great Hall. Like, what's up, Fun Size? But
we should hit the trifecta here. There's also Patreon / Cthulhu and Cairo.
Exactly. Don't forget to hit that up. Yeah, give these guys some cash for all the work that they're doing. Absolutely. Throw a nickel at them. Absolutely.
Is a good listen.
Yeah, I have not listened to it yet. I want to finish this before I listen to that. I know Amanda's in it too, right?
On the same, and I realized I can't, so I'm just gonna go back and listen again.
And then they're getting ready to start a new one, the Kleiners.
Yeah, Kleiners Cravenarium. That's gonna be full video. It's not gonna be a podcast. That's gonna be on YouTube. So
sweet, even better. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that'd be even better. I mean, because then I'll be focused on that instead of listening to the podcast while I'm doing dishes.
I still listen while doing other things, but.
And did that trick with me. I'm like, the dishwasher's broken. She grabbed my hand and said, like, they look good to me. But anyway, episode 93, that was the 2-year anniversary episode. was 93. It's weird how it fell in 93, but yeah, 2 year. Yeah, I mean, solid 2 years of running that game online with very, like they said, very few breaks and not big breaks either.
How far did you think
that's
you
a lot
get?
of dedication.
No. How long can you keep a campaign running with people that, you know, you go as long as the players keep showing up, because at any moment someone could, you know, RL could happen, they could wig out, personalities could flare, which is one of the reasons for our shows. We always try to make chemistry is the number one thing. Then we'll deal with, can you do voices? Can you do this? You can learn that stuff as we go. You'll get into the headspace of how we do with what we do, and you'll start to develop your own voice. And it doesn't have to be high pitched, doesn't have to be Scottish, it doesn't have, but you'll find a voice.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Do you think it helped that you guys you didn't just have a regular meetup time, you had a regular schedule where you were putting it out there? And I know as more people started finding it, that probably helped keep it going. But did that help overall with?
Absolutely. And we're always about 6 weeks ahead. Now we got down this year, we got down to none. And then we hit Origins because I had to count the counter down so that when they walked into the live show, it was actually the show they were going to listen to. Like that because otherwise it wouldn't have made sense with the timing. So then we took a week break and we recorded 2, and then we started getting ahead again. So now
that was a creepy ass show too. It was good.
Oh yeah,
it was creepy as fuck.
But it was,
so sorry I missed it.
It was really good.
It's getting ahead and giving people a chance to breathe and take a week off or do something. Because in our true 2-year anniversary, like Matt said, it was 93 episodes. So out of 108, we missed 14 weeks of releases only. And that's including Christmas. And we always take off the month of October. So it was almost 7 right there. So we really try to be on a regular schedule with it. And it made it better because if everyone knows Thursday night, no matter what, whether you're here or not, the game's going forward.
Bring your ass.
I'm going to keep going.
You do take the regular breaks, which is also got to help.
Just October, and Christmas if it falls on a weird day. We try to give that 1 extra week. We not do it, but they wanted to keep going. We wanted to keep the pace, and when players are that engaged, thank God that they were finding the story still fascinating and doing things with it. Yeah, we were able to keep moving.
You were. I mean, this was what, 3 years?
We're
all
3
total?
years now.
Yeah, 3 years all total. And I mean, the longest campaign I ever was part of playing was a 4-year Star Wars campaign. And I mean, by that time we had done everything we could do. Like we were getting ready to be like the major players. Like we were going to knock Akbar and the others out if we kept going. And there's only so far you can go before you really start knocking out canon events. I was like, this is where we should stop. They're just going to retire.
My
I got enough to buy a planet. So
my original D&D game went on for quite some time, although it wasn't the only thing we played in that time period. And the only reason I think we don't do it now is the editions have changed.
Yeah. Well, Professor DM's got the same campaign that they've had for almost 40 years now. They've been playing since they were kids, and they still play.
Like a 67th level fighter. It's kind of hard to find things to.
But he doesn't let them advance. They're still all third, fourth level.
Characters in and out.
Yeah, they start. But no, he's like, there's no experience. It's knowledge. They gain knowledge of the world around them. That's your experience. They're still like third, fourth level.
Dragon
that's how it is.
It's very slow.
Yeah, it's very slow progression. But yeah, so like a good chunk of this episode, a good half of it was them reflecting individually about the 2 years that they've dedicated to this. And they all had some really, really, nice things to say about the show and about each other, and some nice things about Raz. I do believe Faye in the graveyard was brought up again.
It usually is.
Yeah, usually
and
is.
The hand down the throat, and saying Raz did
classic Aveline. Yeah,
they didn't do that to themselves. It didn't. Raz did that to them.
Yeah,
that all nice. Yeah, so I mean, a good chunk of it was to that. It was really nice. Very heartwarming to hear each other. Very positive notes about being part of this. This
and that was led by
epic
Joel,
endeavor. Yes.
Joel was the one who leads that. Okay.
He was he was directing it. Yeah.
I had COVID.
Yeah. Nice.
Because that wasn't the plan. I literally 3 days beforehand, I'm spiking fevers and everything, and I'm like, okay, here's what we got to do. And Joel's like, I'll do it. So we went out and he started. That's why that episode kind of had that feel to it. I didn't want to break schedule. We were about the 2-year anniversary, and I said, okay, let's just roll this. So I came up with the idea, and then I sat back in a chair in a blanket, sweating, and I'm listening to them, and I tried not to say anything.
Yeah, I think you just chimed in just a very few times, but
yeah, very little.
Yeah. Joel was directing it. Yeah, absolutely. So then they, they do that part that I hate players do. I mean, I absolutely hate players doing at the start of every time they get ready to go to a new location. What do we bring? Oh, Lord, I hate that. Well, we'll bring this machine gun, those potato masher grenades, this rocket launcher, and the 5 rockets, and is there a kitchen sink? Can we bring a kitchen sink?
I loved in this episode because Jack wasn't there when they found all those weapons. Like, we put this back. We thought you might like some of these.
The armory. Let's see the armory. Be like Vanna, just.
Like now I know how to drive Matt nuts in a
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I will, especially in like a one shot or Cthulhu convention scenario. We are not even doing that. We're here.
Yeah, you can't.
What you got on your sheet is what you got.
Within reason, you got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then, if it's like, did I have my lighter? Make your luck roll. Yeah, you remember to put it in your pocket.
I've had some occasions of that at Gen Con when the players are like, well, it's too bad we can't access blah, blah, blah. And Jeff said he looked at him at one point and goes, who says you can't?
Exactly. There's no need to be a stickler, man. I mean, again, can they bring the kitchen sink? No. But can you remember to shove a lighter in your pocket? Yeah. And forget that you had it.
Get it.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like when I'm running episodes with characters that are like agents, or policemen, I'm like, do I have flashlight? Of course you have a flashlight. If you don't have a flashlight, you got a flashlight in the car right outside. Go back and get it. That's standard equipment for you. But yeah, I absolutely loathe hearing that laundry list of stuff from the Sears and Roebuck catalog that they bring out. So when they finally got through that, I'm like, okay, finally, can we go see the Dalai Lama or whoever this guy is? What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Oh God,
the Wizard of Oz.
Not the wizard. Yeah, he.
All I can think of is bibimbap, and that's not it. That's a food dish.
Yeah, bibimbap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even home with my notes.
But he was the guru. Yeah, holy man, and he had the accent, which we kind of just kind of went around, but it worked. It made me realize who he was. I was like, okay, I could visualize it, So cool. I was thinking Animaniacs, the guru kind of guy, the llama guru going llama 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 llama. But I was kind of visualizing that.
Yeah.
So I was seeing a lot of like colorful silk robes with little flowers and paisleys and stuff on it, and somebody's playing a sitar in the background.
Well, the sitar definitely, yeah.
Sitar in the background.
It was. I was seeing like a not quite as large as life version of the actual Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
With the big beaming smile and the round face. And
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I was getting like a lot of that. And, it did help me to visualize it. So voices do, it was fun because they're like, oh yeah, I saw Jack a couple weeks ago. It's been a while, but yeah, I've seen him. We just talked. Mr. Jack. Yeah, Mr. Jack. And so that was good. They're like, oh, he is here. Excuse me while I go cry my eyes out now. Who was that? It was saying that wasn't Lauren. It was.
That sounds like a Faye.
I think it was Faye, but
Yeah,
the actor. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Oh, Belinda.
Yeah. I think she was like, I'm gonna go cry now. But like tears are streaming. I'm like, and that's legit. That's cool.
Emo right now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what she said. I'm like emo right now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, it was a good capper to. I forget where the cliffhanger was in this.
There really wasn't.
It wasn't. It was like, come back tomorrow kind of thing, and we'll see what we can do to help you find your friend. Yeah, whether he'll be there tomorrow, we don't know. Could be a like hastily scrawled note, but Amanda, you haven't really piped in a whole lot except for episode 91. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I don't have. I usually keep like a note thing, and I don't have it. So the only thing I remembered writing down was the one about in episode 91. I did like in 93. There was a point where Raz was like, I just want to reach out to all of the listeners here that they say I don't give them anything, but here I've given them all these crates marked with climbing gear.
Right. Here is all the shit. Again, here's the kitchen sink.
Them, and then they tell me that I don't give them anything.
Exactly. Catherine carries enough shit in her bag to supply a small country. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something you can put in your notes, Amanda. Sunscreen. Put some sunscreen in your notes. How about that? You look a little pink. I don't know. Maybe you're just really tan. It could be the lighting.
No, it's not. I drank and that like flushes me.
Oh, okay.
Does it just flush you, or does it raise your blood pressure, which means you shouldn't drink?
I mean,
thanks, Debbie Downer.
I know, right? I feel like it just flushes me. I don't feel like. I mean, I think my blood pressure is going up now because now I'm like.
That's the
therefore it's lower. It balances.
But no, I've seen you drunk. Yeah, you get flushed. I do. Yeah.
I always have. Yeah.
That's how you know Amanda's drunk. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, no, well, there's other signs. There's other signs.
I also embarrassed really easily in general, so I just flush naturally all the fucking time.
I remember.
I don't anymore, but I used to.
I remember Gary quietly and subtly kind of nudging you out of the group we had.
The mixer.
The mixer, and I was like, and I saw you. I was like, yeah, she's had enough. She's had enough.
That was not my fault.
They go down really good. I don't know what were you having?
It was just beer, but the problem really was we started drinking very early.
I
had already had quite a bit to drink before everybody even got there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just was not.
Well, see, that long. Exactly. I mean, and I don't drink much neither, but thanks to Warfarin. So when I do drink, one or two drinks, and I'm flying. And it's kind of like what Cosby says, it magnifies your personality, and everybody already knows my personality. So I just get louder and crazier,
Oh my.
So that's what happened at the mixer. Melinda, you missed out on a lot. I ain't gonna lie. You missed out on this. Origins was probably our craziest, wildest one yet. I mean, I know you had a lot going on, and you chose wisely to stay home. I do agree.
I know. I'm pretty sure I chose wisely in getting the heart surgery to begin with. But
well, yeah, but it sucked, right? The timing could have been better.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like me with Raz and Amanda, I could have been down there. It'd been 2-3 hour drive, and I'd have been down there, eating hot dogs with the best of them. But we decided to
listen. You're the best. We're not challenging anyone until the brats come out. Then you're like,
the brats come out. I like them thick and dark and veiny and juicy.
This took a strong
turn around. That's how I like my brats. pulsing.
Cool.
But anyway,
is it warm in here?
It's a little warm in here. I need a drink. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, it was a wild time. We had a lot of fun. I mean, it seemed like nothing ever stood still. I was always up and around doing something somewhere with someone and having an absolute blast. Whether it was the mixer or being in the game room and, running games, or the live stream, or going out to eat with some friends. We had the great dinner with Raz and them at the Italian place. I forget the name of right now, but it was so good. I had the chicken marsala. That was amazing.
I know I made the right decision, but
yeah,
I've seen the posts on Facebook about
that.
food. But
that FOMO was bad. All right, it had to be bad.
That first day at Gen Con reinforced the thinking that I'd made the right choice.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you get good and tired? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It was like half a mile walk to the Free League game room from the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Which is, for most people not a big deal, but I still don't have my stamina back. So.
Exactly. If I didn't have the roller thing, I couldn't have gotten to the Free League room from the Lurking Spirits room. No.
I to get my breath, but I did it. I couldn't have done it last year. So
yeah.
What was the right choice?
The Friday night I did stop once and catch my breath. It was, I love how they have a little seat where you just gotta park it right there and just wave at people as they go by. And then Saturday I was able to make the whole trip back and forth, not stopping. I was very proud of that. But no, yeah, Gen Con was crazy too. I mean, it wasn't. It didn't have the camaraderie. Well, no, I'm gonna take that back too. It didn't quite have the camaraderie that Origins had, because we have all of our friends there at Origins. Gen Con, we have 75% of our friends there. But
I know we're in two different locations.
So it's hard to catch up with them.
The convention center. I missed you guys over in the hotel game room.
Yeah, and the Lurking Spirits room.
But
exactly. But yeah, I mean, I was very appreciative of those who took time to just stop in and say hi. That was very, very sweet of them to come in. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Very, very happy that I did make the trip, even though it was late. To just come in and say hey. Yeah, just to say hey. Looking forward to GameholeCon in about a month and a half, I think. Middle of October. We finally got everything squared away and everything's scheduled, good to go. PAX is fully scheduled. Woo, it is tight. I cannot slide another game in there if I wanted to. So Raz, if you wanted to play a game, run a game, I got nowhere for you. But even if you could come.
I gotta get my stuff to Betty. So
yeah. Reminder. Yeah. What was it? Professor GM was wanting to run a game too, and I'm like, we might have to kick you across the hall. I don't know. But
a little table up at the sit on the floor. He's got a table.
You get a little card table and just yeah. But I know he's wanting to run a game or two and then try to schedule some seminars. But yeah, I mean, we're about to catch up with the end of the show. I mean, we got about 40, 50 episodes still to go. We're fine.
We're totally on 150.
Fine. Yeah, so like 60 episodes. We're good. We're fine. We'll get there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for doing the podcast. It went about 13 minutes longer than I wanted it to, but I hope I didn't take you away too much from Brian and them. Go back and enjoy some more hot dogs.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
you give Jake some pets.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna do some ribs up tomorrow, and we'll have enjoy the rest of this nice long weekend.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, take care, everybody.
Thank you for watching. Good night.
No more surgeries this year.
No more surgeries. That is it on the surgeries. Exactly.